Well, hello everybody. Good morning. Nice and early again this morning, and we're out and about. Me and Diesel. He's had a lovely haircut and he's looking good. We're just entering the woods, and today we're after mark making tools. So I thought I'd bring you along and with me, and we'd have a look, see what we can find. Ooh, nice rockery stone. Look at that. This is how you come across things. Look at that. It's a lovely big stone. Lovely big stone for your rockery at home. Oh, the woods are beautiful this morning. Diesel, come. Diesel. Just look at the sun peering through everywhere. Absolutely lovely. So I'm after some nice branches. So I'll have a look and see what we can see. Okay, so it's quite easy to do. I've got my bag here. Obviously, if you're doing it on a canvas, you'll need bigger tools, won't you? You know, there's no use doing a little one. Because this was a rotten piece that was off the floor. Look, it just does it nicely, and it's full of all nice bits and bobs and goodies, and it all goes into the canvas. You can make them as sharp or as long as you want, as thin as you want. And that's one. I'm doing it while I'm out because obviously it saves making the mess at home. It's a big one. This one's more difficult to do. I must invest in a better knife. I'm not trying to encourage knives. This is an old fishing knife. Like I say, it was my dad's. Needs sharpening. To do this when we was children and carve things out of sticks and all sorts of things. Some nice different shapes. It's completely different to the one that I just done earlier, which is what we want. We're after differences. We don't want the same mark making, do we? We want them all to be different. And they're safe for quite a long time, especially in your studio. So you can see the difference, look. Completely different size marks. Got one here and one here. Nice and clean now on the end, so that if you dip them in your inks or your paints, it's not going to ruin you. You know, not going to ruin you. If you're doing it from an ink bottle, which you mostly do, I don't tip my ink out. Maybe I should. Then yes, but that's made a really nice, funny shape on the end, and you can imagine that when you use that, it's going to make a nice shape. Come here, Diesel. We have another one, just a random stick. Just pull them off the ends. Again, it's a different shape on the end. It's the shapes on the ends that we're after. They make different marks. So those two are good. The dot leaves, I'll show you what I mean about dot leaves. Screw it all up. If you look on here, even on here, look. If I can tilt this down to show you. See how it's sending it green? Perfect. That's what we want. Just what we want. That just there. You see it? And that can go on your canvas. It's the perfect green. It's from out here, isn't it? So it's going to be perfect. Then just break these off. Again. have this one nice and short. Oh, that's made a nice mark on the end now. See, it's not something that you would go and normally do out on a walk, but it's a nice thing to go and do. If you've walked a long way like me and Diesel have, we've walked, well, I don't know how long we've walked, but my legs are aching, so it's a good way to sit down and relax. And all just because I bought a penknife in my pocket, just like we did when we was little. And there's another shape, another small shape. So that's another one that's done. Obviously this I'm going to leave it as it is because it's going to be nice, just dipped in some ink and just freckled about. Another big one here. Take that off. Don't need that. Strip the bark off of this one. Don't waste your bark, because look. Willow bark's very strong. You can wrap it round. And if you want, you can attach it to another one, another piece of stick, and you've got yourself another little kind of brush. See if we can get some more bark off of here and use it. That's beautiful. And then you've got this, it's really strong, you see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it around. Dip it in, off we go. Just from a willow tree, that. This one's interesting. That bark won't be any good. Got some interesting bits on the ends. The thing is, how I see it is, you can, when you're finished with them, you can either just chuck them in the bin or you can just chuck them in the garden. Doesn't matter, does it? It's only a little bit of rubbish at the end of the day, but it's not. It's something that we can use in our art. It's got a nice shape to it. This to be a nice point at the end. You're being a good boy, Diesel. You get my husband to sharpen this pen knife. He does have his uses. This one's a damp one, it was in the stream, so this one I think I shall dry it out. Another big, nice, big tool. Try them out and save them. You can actually paint them if they save well. There's another one. Look at this bark. Don't think I can do anything with this really. And then, of course, I've got my charcoal, like I said. Straight out of the fire. Brilliant. Look at that. Excuse my hands shaking. Since I've had COVID, my hands have had the shakes and I've not been able to stop it. Comes and goes. So, yeah, nice big piece of charcoal there. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, okay, so all the rest of the bits chuck back into the insulator itself and then bring these home in a bag. Back to the studio it is. See you all soon. Hi, welcome back. So we're back in the studio. So I've got all my goodies here. My canvas all laid out, a nice long thin one here, and I've gessoed it already, so it's all ready to go. So mark making, that's what I want to be doing. So all the lovely things that I've brought back are all over here at the side of me. Just thought I'd show you. And right, we'll bring some across and let's have a go. Now open up this ink to start with. Remember, can you remember when I was doing them on paper and I was getting ready and I started off drawing all over the canvas, all over the paper, can you remember? So that's what I'm going to be just doing now. I drew all over it. I drew all over it with a, it was just like a gel pen if you remember, and that's all that I'm going to be doing now. But this is with ink, this is India ink, and the nice stick. Right, I just want to show you the different marks that things can make. Okay, so I've just drawn all over this. Trying not to think about it. Remember that when you use things, when you've used the ink, put it down on the side on a plastic bag or something. I also found a feather. So I'm going to stick that in. Dip the end in and flip it around. It's the different marks that we're after. It's important because I don't know whether you can actually see me, I'm dipping it in the ink here. It's the different marks that we're after because it gets really boring when there's no under marking of a painting and you paint over the top and then it just like seems to be like really boring. So to look at, we want a view from far away and we want a view from close up, so that when you come close up to your painting, these are all underneath layers and it makes it all interesting. Plus it's all interesting to do anyway because it's all from nature. Okay, so I've got some of this charcoal, remember? So I'm going to rub some of this in. Oh, look at that, it's beautiful, beautiful. Just rubbing it in some areas, not thinking about it. Just going to rub it in. Just about 3 places for now. I'm rubbing it in. And I'm going to give this all a little bit of a spray. Remember with India ink, that's like not permanent, whereas you know your calligraphy inks and things like that, they're more permanent and they're usually black. Very black. Just moving this around a bit now, just to give it get some runners going. Makes it interesting. Okay, what else do we have? Oh yes, remember these? Ideally, it would be better to put this in a pot first, but I haven't got one, so just going to pop some on the ends of it, on the inside, and I'm just going to move it around. It makes nice, interesting marks, that does. It's a lovely way to start off a painting, and I think that if you've collected everything from nature, it makes it all the more special, because you know what you've done. You've been for that walk, you remember it, you know, you've done nice things to create these marks. You've collected them. Okay, here's one of those sticks that I cut out, so I want to make a bit of a more of a broad mark now. We're looking for differences, you see. Some splattering. I'm not thinking of composition. I'm just enjoying myself and I'm just playing. You need to just play. If you don't begin, I've said it before, if you don't play at the beginning of your painting, when are you going to play? Yeah? When are you going to enjoy it? You know, we need to enjoy it. Oh, this was the even fatter stick. Look, one that I did in. Lovely. Mark making is very important, and you're thinking about the twisting of the trees. When I was looking up at the trees, if you remember, and all the I said to you, all the shapes, the organic shapes, and how that takes it on and it takes it off. It feels quite nice on a canvas, actually. Spray a little bit more water on here. Some more runs going, I think. Remember the dot leaves? Let's get a really big one now. Remember what I said about dot leaves? That you can just screw them up. In fact, it's funny actually, I've got itchy hands, so it's always good for you. Screw it all up and rub it in. Just look at that. It's a lime green that it's given. Absolutely beautiful colour. Obviously, as it dries, you'll be able to brush these little marks off. In fact, I'm going to dry off some of the ink and come in with some of this green.